Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Elazer and XY on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is XY. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Elazer. Alright, so as EVT for you guys, we've seen these players before. This is from their Round of 32 series from WCS 2016 Spring. That wrapped up just a couple of weeks ago. And let's see how things go here. Elazer is well known for his early, somewhat cheesy strategies. I would not be surprised to see a pool first here from our red Zerg player. And indeed, there goes the... Oh, nope, heading on out. Going to go hatch first instead. Saving up for those 300 minerals, not the 2. Now playing a little bit more standard with the hatch first play versus Terran, and XY himself going for a barracks, which looks like a Reaper expand based on the timing of that refinery. So, we have yet another Reaper that we will need to name, possibly. Again, you can leave your suggestions for Reaper names in the comments. I take a look at every single one of my comments. I read them all. I try to respond to a lot of them, and I feel like I do. If I don't respond to yours, please do not feel like I hate you, because I just can't respond to every single one, but I did read it. And if it was a good comment, then I smiled. How about that? Okay. You ever notice down here in the 3D portrait, when you're on Terran buildings, that her face comes off sometimes? Let's see if we can get her to do it real quick. Gonna watch. Orbital command there. Reaper there. Does keep the face. Yep, so Reaper expand on the way. This Reaper will be named Simon. Simon the Reaper. Ooh, face off. Come on, robot lady. I feel like dirty asking that. Like, you know what? You do what you feel comfortable with, robot lady. No big deal. Supply depot, expand there. The Reaper expand is living up to its name for show. And Reaper about to pop out here. So Simon the Reaper is very interested in getting out. He is more of a science Reaper. Yes, he's a criminal. Yes, he was strapped into a suit with jetpacks on his back. Oops, wrong button there. And he is going to head out across and try to murder Zerglings. But he is also there for research. He's there to see exactly what it looks like up close and personal next to the Zerg. Usually only soldiers get this opportunity, but Simon the Reaper, he has brought along his notepad. He's brought along a camera. He's going to try to document this way of Zerg life as best he can. So he comes right on in. Yeah, look how close he gets. He does try to kill a drone, but I think that's just to try to collect genetic material. He's not killing them out of a sense of malice or spite, which is great because he's doing a terrible job of it. He has no kills. The Lings trap him on the other side. Oh, they kill him before he gets off the ledge. Reaper Simon. I mean, that wasn't great. He didn't collect any genetic... He failed to collect any genetic material at all. He didn't kill any drones. Elazer was able to kill him with slowlings, not even any queen support at all. That has gotta hurt. And that's why they don't send scientists out in Reaper suits. Now you know. If anybody asks you, how come they send criminals out? It's because they're good at it. Scientists are bad. Starport on the way. Bunch of Marines coming out here too. And a Widow Mine. So not going to be flying tank out here from XY. But instead I think it's going to be some Marine drops. Widow Mine drops here too. The Marines really want to kill this Overlord. The Overlord, for his part, is going to get a perfect scout out exactly what is going on here. Sees the timing. Sees the liftoff on the factory. And will die before he sees what it is. That's okay. That's okay. Overlord did his best as he possibly could. And did you cancel that Widow? You were making Widow Mines, right? There's a Widow Mine shot. Oh, there was one. Okay, so getting 3 kills there. A bit of a Ling run by. Gets taken out fairly easily with the Marines. Any workers die there at all? 2 workers killed by Elazer. Not bad. Not bad at all with that little bit of a Ling run by there. 3 bases up for Elazer. Not doing anything cheesy at all. Spreading creep. Trying to move on up to new bases with new queens. All of this, very much what every Zerg wants to do against Terran these days in 2016. Liberator on the way, but a drop with a Widow Mine and 6 Marines instead of the 8 Marine drop that we have seen so frequently throughout the history of StarCraft 2 inside these medevacs that have existed for so many years now. Does get scouted. The Overlord sees it immediately, and XY says, cut your losses, kill the Overlord. We're not going to get any sneak attacks in, that's for sure. Queen stabbing away at that medevac, though, does take it down to the yellow health, which cannot feel good. I bet it rocks the ship, too, right? The spine comes from the ground, just like... Which reminds me, there really should be a StarCraft movie. Come on. The campaign for StarCraft 2 is great. They should definitely have a StarCraft 2 movie. Widow Mine shot. Did that kill the Overlord? Nope. Overlord is still alive, saving the Widow Mine from a life of death, or from its death, I suppose. Makes a lot more sense. Anyway, StarCraft movie. Let's do this thing, Blizzard. It should only take them about 20 years to get around to it. All right, third base. Like I said, under construction for XY now. I actually did not say that. That's new. These Marines and a Widowmine ready to go, stopping all mining at this base entirely. Queen, kill the medevac. Kill the medevac, Queen. Get it? You could have killed it. Widowmine, does end up with 12 kills. That is a sergeant. This thing's a robot, though. Do they give robots military titles in the future? Is that what we're down to? I mean, it's not like it's even particularly intelligent, right? It just sits there. If it detects enemy units, it shoots at it, and then it explodes, and then it waits until the cooldown is up. So, I don't know. Again, not super impressive. Spore Crawler detects, and goodbye, Sergeant Widowmine. Thank you for playing. You are dead. Creep spread continuing here from Elazer. Marines do knock this down, and wow, the Marines survived. I thought if you were down here and this landed on you, you got hurt, but nope. Not at all. That Marine, he is a hero Marine, that is for sure. Another Overlord scouting on in, does see the third base, sees the Mule, sees the SCVs coming on up. Income tab is 54 to 46 in the favor of the Zerg player. The harassment hasn't been super effective from XY this far. We'll see if Elazer just can straight up wreck house, or will the Liberators come into play. Spire on the way for Elazer, is not refusing to go Spire in the face of a dropping Terran player. That is always good to see from a Zerg perspective. Barracks on the way. +1/+1 for those bio units. And Stim, 5 barracks under construction, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good golly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there it is. This is not lying to me, and I don't think that it ever has. Ling's knocking down these rocks just to give additional access to the 4th base. Elazer expanding hard right now. That's 4 bases in 6 minutes, which means he's not necessarily teching up. He has a lair. He doesn't have an infestation pit, though, I don't think. That's a macro hatch. He's getting up here, too. Baneling nest on the way. That spire just about to pop. This is looking very much like an object lesson in why you do not leave a Zerg player alone for 6 to 7 minutes in StarCraft 2. I mean, yeah, there was kind of a drop there, but it didn't really do a whole lot at all. Yes, there was some Reaper harass, but it ended very quickly and allowed Elazer to do this droning thing. 66 to 58. 9 mutas on the way. Elazer is being presumptive here. He's decided to just go straight muta. He's not going to wait for a reason to do it. I mean, yes, they're good for chasing down medevacs and killing those things. It makes a lot of sense on that regard, but this is a very heavy Ling Bling muta strategy from Elazer, which I think, I'm trying to remember, but I feel like the previous EVTs I've seen with him have been much, much more Roach Ravager, but perhaps he's going back to the Heart of the Swarm thing. The Lings, the mutas coming in. That's a lot of Marines. Good positioning here, too, but focusing down the medevacs a little bit, trying to make it happen. Baneling cannot connect. Mutas chasing this thing down. That's so dangerous to lift and run when there are mutas on the field. The mutas do take out a couple Marines. There are enough of them to pick these off individually. That's a bigger group of them, but no mutas die, and the medevac gets cleaned out, too, so those Mutalisks doing very good work for Elazer. 1 kills, 2 kills, 3 kills. Their tissue regeneration ability regenerates life faster than most Zerg units, even if they're in combat. They're regenerating health. Liberator has set up shop, but once again, Muta Spore Crawler combo. Bam. That is it. An attempted Ling run by does get cleaned out by these Marines. This Widowmine didn't have to do anything at all. Another round 2 effort there, trying to make this thing work. This Muta count is looking a little bit scary. A little scary. 13. Another one on the way, getting centrifugal hooks for those Banelings, so they will attack much, much more quickly. On the ground, Ling sneaking in the back door here, trying to make this thing work, getting some inside the mineral line, some going against this Marauder run. There's a Widowmine there. Bam! Actually killing the Marine there instead. Ling's going to town on a lot of stuff, just keeping XY inside his own base, which is a problem. 8 workers killed by Elazer, 3 by XY. Missile turrets on the way. I think there's a missile turret in each of these mineral lines thus far. Not this one. We're a little bit open. The muta's trying to come on in. This is enough mutas to really take down a missile turret very quickly. And indeed it is. The repair is up, though. The repair is keeping it alive, focusing down SCVs instead, not worrying about losing mutas here. Instead, just taking out all the SCVs. If you want to clump up around this thing, you by all means do it. And now the missile turret is gone. The mutas have free reign inside this base and just going for it. Just pushing for it now is XY. Widowmine shots going off, hitting his own units there. That Marauder actually died because of a Widowmine. Splitting, trying to clear creep tumors, desperately making Banelings back home as Elazer. The mutas trying to come from the backside to assist with this thing. They really want to catch the medevacs out alone, and they do. The medevacs on the backside. One of them is killed, forcing the Marines to retreat from the front lines there, and coming from back as well, picking off a Marauder. Banelings rolling on in. Great splits right now, though, from XY. Banelings are killing, but not as well as you would expect them to. There's still a big group of Marines here on the ground pushing up onto this third base. Fourth base still up and running in production are more mutas and more lings. With his 125 to 121 total supply. Banelings getting some hits off. And that was a big hit right there. Only Marauders left. This group does manage to take down... What was that thing? Was that the Baneling Nest? I think that was the Baneling Nest. All right, so still more and more reinforcements coming across the map right now. It is 77 to 55 workers, but Elazer has an army right on his front door that he really needs to worry about here. Mutas alone are not going to do this thing. Broodlings trying to come in and kill stuff just get absolutely wasted. Replacement Baneling Nest on the way. Can Elazer win this thing? Drones forced to be pulled off the line to try to do this thing. Mutas focusing on what they can, and they do. Looks like the Marines are gone. All that's left is Marauders. The Mutas should be able to clean them out, no problem. At this point, the Widowmine shot might be enough to make a change here, and Widowmine's getting killed by Lings. No, ends up firing there as well. More Marauders coming across the map. I don't know why those aren't Marines. Muta's getting rid of another medevac. 2 medevacs going down. That medevac count is super low. And yes, all the medevacs are gone, but 2. I don't know where they are. They're not with this army, so that's a problem. Muta's on their own, not great in straight-up fights unless there are not many Marines around. And that is a fairly good group of Marines that XY has there. +1, a +1. But right now, Elazer's sitting on 4 bases, 67 to 56 total workers. His Baneling Nest is back. He was able to replant that somewhere. There it is, right here at the natural, not too far from where it was originally. Actually, in production, more and more Marines. +2 for XY. Not going for that +3 yet, which might be a bit of a problem for him. Mutas flying in for some harassment on their own. There are 19 of them. +1 attack finished. +1 flyer. This is looking very bad. There's no missile turret here at all. The army was heading out the front door. The Mutas going to town, just absolutely wrecking face. These SCVs have nowhere to go. The number of workers killed is now 33. The Mutas coming back on home. After laying waste to that economy, they need to kill medevacs. There need to be banelings here at some point. Where is the Zerg army, though? Where are your ground troops? Here you are. A lot of banelings on top of that ramp. Trying to come up here as a single Marauder. Where are the Mutas? The Mutas are trying to find their way too. Nice baneling hits there, but the splits from XY are insane. More banelings, but that's a lot of Marines that are remaining. All that's left here are Mutas for Elazer. Very smartly pulling them back, trying to snipe down individual stuff, trying to kill the Marines. Yes, focusing them down. 1, 2, 3. There are enough Mutas here, I think, to win this thing, and that's it. The GG. GG from XY. XY is defeated, and Elazer is victorious. Wow, that was intense. That was an action-packed one. So, you know, when I look at the games that I'm going to cast, I try to see which ones have larger file sizes, because that kind of tells me how long the game is going to be. So this one has the file size of about a 15, 16-minute game, but look at this, 1220. And you know why? Because so much stuff happened. That was nuts. Those are 2 really big, really great attacks from XY. Good splits, good target firing, but the Muta count was just a little bit too high. Usually the Zerg has maybe 6 or 7 Mutas in this situation, but here Elazer had, what, 18, 19, 15 here total. Looks like he lost a bunch as well, but that is just too many. That is a lot for the Zerg player to have. It can allow him to stand toe-to-toe with a small number of Marines that he would not be able to handle normally. It looks like some Lings got in here to the third base too. XY ended up with a total of 43 Harvesters off of essentially 2 bases with a super mined out base there and really nothing going on inside the main, so that explains why he was dead. All right, so that was a good one, and that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.